Welcome to Celtic Tomes, bringing you readings from bygone books.
Welcome to Celtic Tomes, readings by Gary and Ruth from the classic books of Celtic lore and study.
Hello, I'm Gary.
And I'm Ruth.
And welcome to our Intermission and Choose a Book show.
Which is a very long title.
It is a bit, isn't it, really?
It is, but basically, we're going to ask you to choose the next book that's read on Celtic Tomes.
But before that,
let's tell you what's happening with us. We are moving house and packing.
surrounded by boxes at the moment, aren't
We have
we?
boxes everywhere.
Yeah.
And as those who've moved house before know, it's a long process, quite frustrating. We're downsizing. So we're trying to decide what to throw out and what to keep, and we want to keep everything.
And that's agony, absolute agony.
The books. Oh my goodness, the books.
Yeah.
When you've got over 1,000 books and you love them all, it's a real wrench to start throwing them out.
It is, isn't it? It is. It is.
So anyway, we're really busy. So we're going to give this show a break, but we're going to leave you with a list of books to choose from, and there'll be a poll on the Facebook page where you can go and vote for which book you'd like to hear read.
And we'll see if we can get that poll up on Twitter and as many other places as you can find it. And once we've settled in our new home, we can come back with...
the book that you've chosen.
Exactly.
So we've got 5 books for you, all of which are very good, all of which, there were hundreds.
There were. We cut down the list.
So you'll be pleased that there's only 5. There could have been 20 easily. However, we have just cut it down to 5. So here are the 5 books, starting with Myths and Legends of the Celtic Race by Rolleston, 1911. And the contents of that are Celts in Ancient History, Irish Invasion Myths, the Ulster Cycle, the Fenian Cycle, and the Tales of Cymru.
Another one you might like is The Religion of the Ancient Celts by J.A. McCulloch, which was published in 1911. It was a book that romanticised and idealised the idea of a Celt, and it attempted to rebuild what McCulloch thought was Celtic paganism. He described the Celt as a seeker after God, and Druidry, or Druidism, as a cult of nature spirits. Fascinating one.
Our next book is called Myths and Folktales of Ireland by Jeremiah Curtin, 1889. And this is a fabulous storybook about fearsome giants, magic spells, druidic rods of enchantment, and horses that go faster in the wind. That sounds a good one.
It does, doesn't it? Book number 4 is Fairy and Folk Tales of the Irish Peasantry by W.B. Yeats, published in 1888. This book is an anthology of Irish folklore that was collected and edited by W.B. Yeats, the famous poet. He selected many of the best and often the funniest tales from many other writers. Many of the tales actually have introductions by Yeats himself. Do we have another one?
Yes, and the last one is Welsh Fairy Tales by William E. Griffiths, written in 1921. It was written for easy reading. It's a collection of 25 Welsh fairy tales, including King Arthur's Cave, The Welsh Rabbit and the Hunted Hare, and The Golden Harp.
Do you know I haven't heard of any of those tales? That'll be fascinating.
I think I've heard of King Arthur's Cave.
I have, in the sense of the King Arthur's Cave in the Midlands, which had all the sleeping warriors in it. Waiting.
I think I've actually read King Arthur's Cave.
Oh, right, okay. Okay, so let's summarise. 5 books. Book number 1, Myths and Legends of the Celtic Race by T.W. Rolleston.
Book 2, Religion of the Ancient Celts by J.A. McCulloch.
Book 3, Myths and Folk Tales of Ireland by Jeremiah Curtin.
Book 4, Fairy and Folk Tales of the Irish Peasantry by W.B. Yeats.
and Book 5, Welsh Fairy Tales by William E. Griffiths. So how can you make your vote count? Well, you can send us an email, or you can find us on social media where we will try and get a poll going so that we can count up all of your votes, and whichever book gets the highest number of votes is the one that we will read once we get settled in our new house. So we look forward to seeing which book you choose, and in the meantime, we wish you many blessings.
You've been listening to Celtic Tomes, read by Gary and Ruth. This podcast has been produced by the Celtic Myth Show.